So this Nas 100. So yesterday night, post FOMC, we're looking at those shorts. So let me show you. So what happened? So I was streaming live on YouTube yesterday night, post FOMC. And so what we had was this. Yeah. Yeah. So I showed you guys how all of this was happening. So we tackled all of this, okay, live on YouTube. So if you're not following me on YouTube, make sure you do that. So Lucy Trades on YouTube. Yeah. And right now we are live. So yeah, don't miss out. So tune in. So yesterday night we were interested in those shots. Okay. So immediately we took out this short-term high here. Price failed to take out the 130 high. Yeah. So 1:30 p.m. session high buy side liquidity failed to take out that. Created another short-term high, took out this low, and then took out this high, failed to take out this 130 p.m. session buy side liquidity. Yeah. So creating some relatively equal highs there. So once I see something like this, then I know that this is the onset of market maker buy model. Okay. So market maker buy model. How do you know that it's the onset of a market maker buy model? Seeing such signatures in price. Okay. Yeah. So we had this high failure swing and then fair value gap in form of a BC, buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. Yeah. So what happens that we inverted this BC, okay, buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. Once we trade and close below it, then time. So let's see where 130. So most of the time you hear me talk about 130, 130, 130. So what's the deal with this 130? Okay. So 130, this is the time that I want to be coming to the marketplace and see where price is trading. I mean, we have time, which is 130. So 130 comes first. So there is 130. Let me just shade it with that. So that's 130. Okay. So time and then price. Time and then price. So time comes first. So 130 trading inside an IAVG after taking out this short-term high, trading below the BC, buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. Once you trade below it, so that was then we see a sell-off from there after 130, and yeah, targeting low-hanging fruit. So let me quickly remove that. So what happened? We were highlighting all of these. So we did say that we were having this BC also. You're watching how price is going to trade and close below it. Yeah. So immediately we trade and close below it. So what happens that let me quickly remove that. So we were having a certain order block here. So we highlighted this to be our bearish order block. So this bearish order block, we could see it hold price. Okay. So immediately we left it. Price created another fair value gap here. So we tried trading inside this fair value gap, and then we could see the sensitivity around that. So we had this nice expansion, but then we were having this order block. So this bearish order block, and then we could see price leave that level. And also again, we were saying that this level, this BC, so it now becomes an IAVG. Yeah. Now there's buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. This fair value gap. Okay. It now becomes an IFVG. So what do we anticipate? What are we anticipating for, I mean, to happen once we leave this level? So what we expect to happen is we want to see once price leaves this level and closes outside it. So we want to see any pullback into this any pullback we anticipate for this level to hold price going lower. So this is what's happening, and we see price leave that level. So as it was doing this, I was saying I want to see some large candles. So large candles trade below this low and target this sell side liquidity, which was slightly above the first presented fair value gap. So this first presented fair value gap. Yeah, so guys, if you want to watch this live more clearly, then just tune in to my YouTube channel. Yeah, so that's where the real deal is. So here we took out this low. So I say that if I was in this trade, this could have been my low hanging fruit objective. Okay. So because the market was ranging, so I was not interested in doing anything further. So we saw that happen, and yeah, I was kind of tired, and I say that if you want to, if again you want to look for something interesting, then wait for after past 315, because normally most of the time, so if you're trading, I'll be trading the PM session with you guys, and I'll be unveiling to you some of the secrets, uh, some of the gems, or some of the things that you need to be considering when trading the PM session. So when trading the PM session, just like the AM session, you guys should know that time comes first. Okay, so I was saying that wait for 315. So this is 315, this level that I've highlighted here, this 315. Okay, so wait for 315. Yeah, so if at all you want to go short, so I said if I wanted to go short, then most of the time I'll be using this first presented fair value gap. But yeah, just like the other day. But if I'm to go short using this, then I have to wait for more information. I have to wait for price to pull back a little bit above this level, because those support resistance. So this was support. I mean support. So they are saying support and resistance. So their stops normally are normally above this point, this price level. So when I see such a, I mean, first presented fair value gap like the one we are having yesterday. So most of the time, I don't want to be going short here. So I want to be waiting for price to trade back into this level. So yesterday, I was saying that I want to see price trade back above this level. Yeah. But then it failed to do that during that particular time. But then 315. Yeah. So I said 315 because I have the recording. I mean, if you can just go check my live, I mean my live playlist, you'll hear me talking about uh anticipating for price trade back above this level. Yeah, take out any trader that wanted to go short here. Yeah, so I said wait for 315 because I was tired. Yeah, uh I went to sleep, but then this happened. So if at all you could have waited for 315, wait for price take out any liquidity that was present around this level, then that could have been your signal. Okay. So immediately we do that, see the sensitivity around that, then you could have entered short here. Okay. So you guys understand that we were watching for these laws. I mean this level. Uh, we were looking for a certain new week opening gap. So from Monday, that's all we've been doing. So we've been targeting for these lows. So you guys can see I highlighted this. So I placed this bull's eye here. Yeah. So I was having this bull's eye, and right now you can see where are we trading inside this level. So this was our draw of liquidity, and right now because our draw of liquidity, we've now traded inside this level. So we want to be waiting for more information. Yeah. So we want to be waiting for more information. We want to see what the London's price action is willing to do. So what London price action is willing to do. Then we come during the PM session and see if this level now can hold price. Okay, can hold price and maybe uh, give us something. Yeah, if maybe we want to push to the upside or we want to continue lower. So we'll come and check. We'll come and look what price wants to do during the AM session. But then now we want to watch what the London session has for us in store. Okay, so right now I'm having these two levels. Yeah, so there's the new week opening up. This is the new week opening up, and what happens that because it's the London session and yeah, so it's the London session and we are trading inside this level. So what I want to do is simply mark the quadrants of this new week opening up. So let me just remove that now because we already hit it. So we want to mark the quadrants. So let me just highlight these. So from that high to this low, yeah. So these are our levels now. Okay, from that high to this low. So these are our levels. So we want to be using these levels to see whether price is willing to trade to the bottom of this and fill the whole of this gap. So this is the new week opening up. If you guys can see, this is the new week opening up. So we are having a real gap here. Okay, so we want to see if price can really fill the whole of it. But then using these quadrants, so let's scale down to lower time frame chart, the 1 minute. Yeah, so right now we're having these levels that we can see. Okay, so right now we were having our true day open. So our true day open is slightly inside the new week opening up. Okay, so this is our true day open here. So we opened here inside that new week opening up. So what happens that email we opened, we only took out these highs. Okay, and what I can say is that if you understand what you're doing, you don't need to be waiting for these major trading sessions. Trading time. Okay, so your system or your setup can form anywhere. So let's say, for instance, what we had here, we're having these levels here. So this high and this one relatively smooth. So let me just write relatively equal highs, relatively equal highs. Okay, so what happens that maybe we check out those relatively equal highs. So price does this, yeah, we run lower, and then give us these all of these imbalances in price. So price reacts to this level. So we were having that fair value gap. And guys, if you see a fair value gap with the volume imbalance, then you mark the body of that volume imbalance. So we trade back into that level, taking out this high and probably this high. So these two were relatively equal highs. After trading into that sell side imbalance by side inefficiency, so this fair value gap in form of a CB. Okay, so what happens that it gives us another IAVG here. So there's as we are taking out liquidity and trading to a major price level, it gives us a fair value gap, and then we trade and close below that fair value gap. So this one becomes an IAVG. So this IAVG, once we trade and close below it, we can see it's it's now holding, supporting price going lower, gives us another imbalance here. So price trades back into that, and we see that rally, that run lower. So it now dumps lower. So what is this? This high, this low, yeah, this high, this low, this higher high, speed distance, yeah. What's this? This is 2022, okay. High, low, higher high, speed and distance shift, market structure, speed and distance, fair value gap, yeah. So all of this happening inside the new week opening gap. So high, low, high, high. So these are saying low. Speed and distance. So let me just highlight this so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. Yeah. So I normally like doing this. Yeah. So let me put that bulb there. So there's a CISD or market structure shift. So I normally like calling it market structure shift. Yeah. So after taking out this buy side, trading into a major price level, then what are we having? High, low, higher high, speed and distance below this swing low. Yeah, fair value gap, return into that fair value gap. So just this could have been your setup. So I know there are those people who normally trade the London session, and yeah, they normally hop on this opportunity. So low, high, speed, distance, fair value gap. So this fair value gap here. So this is just 2022 model. So 2022 model basically is just an entry model. So we were having this, and I still normally say that just at the consequent encroachment of this, or slightly one tick above the third candle's high. Okay, so something like that. Then you can either put your stop loss at the swing high or above this candle that gave us the fair value gap. So something like that. So if you're just targeting the low hanging fruit, 1 to 2, so just 1 to 2. Yeah, there. That's 1 to 2. That's simply 2R. Yeah, so you find that if you can only come to the marketplace and identify this level, just this, yeah, then you can be unstoppable. Can be unstoppable. Yeah, so you're only coming to the marketplace to identify only these things. So immediately we did that. Yeah, so we've been doing that. And right now, yeah, right now, let's look at where price was trading. So we failed to take out this, we've failed, I mean, failed terribly to fill that gap that I just showed you. So we've traded around the below the 50% quadrant level. Yeah. So 50% quadrant level, we've traded below it, but then we failed. I mean, we fell short of hitting the 75 quadrant level. So what happens that immediately that happened, we see this rally higher. Okay. So where does this price want to trade to? In as much as right now we are still inside this level. So I want to see how it's going to react to this 25 level quadrant level. In as much as it gave us a fair value gap here. So let me look at the 5 minutes. So 5 minutes, guys, we've traded below the 50% level. So we're having this low, high, lower low. And let me just remove that, all these markings, so that we can see what's happening. So we've traded back into the 25 quadrant level, yeah, and gave us this fair value gap. So this low, high, lower low. You want to see what's happening, yeah. You want to see what's happening, and also we've taken out these Asian lows, okay. So after taking out that, we are having this low, high, lower low. So if I was starting trading, if I was to start trading, yeah, from scratch, and someone could just show me, yeah, if price trades into a key level, just look for this pattern: low, high, lower low, or low, high, higher low. Only that unaweza kuwa mbali sana. Yeah, so if someone can just show me that, just come and look for this pattern. Yeah, just come look for this pattern: low, high, lower low, inside major level. So you have to be, I mean, you must know these levels, what these levels are. So for instance, right now we've traded below the 50% level, also in the 3 minutes: low, high, lower low, speed and distance. So we are watching right now. The only thing we are interested in is these quadrants. So we want to see if price can leave this level, this red shaded, I mean the level that I've marked with red. So this is our new week opening gap range. Yeah. So up here, I'm also seeing some relatively equal highs. So this level is really small. So if I was the market maker, I'd be targeting these highs that you can see here. If I was the market maker, this could have been my target where I want to drive this price to, because above here we're having some unfinished business. Okay, so support resistance traders, so this was their resistance level. Yeah, this level held how many times? So one, first time, second time. So right now they are still anticipating for this level to hold again, but then for us, we understand that we want to rip above that high. So this 25 quadrant level, what you can see happening is that immediately we left this low, speed and distance, fair value gap, return into this fair value gap, close above, and then give us this fair value gap and also some void here. So what happens that we want to see if this level, if once we trade above this high, we want to see if this level can help us push price uko juu. Yeah. So this level is the 25 quadrant level. We understand that up there we are having some relatively equal highs that we just highlighted. Ten, 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 ten. Ten, 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 ten. Ten, 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 ten. Yeah, so that's what we see. So we want to see if it can push back into this level that we have highlighted, relatively equal highs, and also probably trade above the 2-day open. 2-day open. Yeah, so we are pushing above that. Ten, ten. I'd love to see what price will do during this time. So 245. So if you know, you know. So what I can tell you is that I have so many things that I've never talked about concerning the London session. So you guys only know me. I mean, when it comes to the PM session, the AM session. So far on this YouTube channel, we'll be focusing on everything, on every session, every trading session. So some of the things that I've never talked about, yeah, when handling the London session, and also some of the things that I've never talked about when handling the PM session. So if you're interested, then yeah, you just have to follow the longer route. Okay, so you have to be here, tuned in when I'm streaming. You have to go through the long, boring videos. Yeah, so you just have to be doing that because I believe this skill set is transferable. So 245. Dun, 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 dun. So London session. Yeah, so 2:45. So mostly this time, this 2:45. This is the time whereby I normally want to see if I'm offside or I'm on onside. Okay. So 2:45. So for the what session? For the AM session New York, I normally use the 10:30. So I normally like using 10:30. But then for let's say London session. So most of the time you'll see me using the 2:45 a.m. I mean 2:45 mark. Yeah. Why 2:45? You guys will come to understand maybe later. But then for now, let's just read price. So the big question is, can it trade back into this BC, buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency? So can it do that? Yeah, if it really wants to trade back into this in these relatively equal highs. So can it trade back into this BC, this fair value gap in form of a BC? Because we are having this low, this high, and then this lower low. So what's that? That's a breaker. Yeah. So our question remains to be, are we able to trade back into this BC? So let's see. Let's wait and see. Because also we were watching the sensitivity around that 25 quadrant level. Yeah. So the 25 quadrants level. So we see it's holding price, but then we have to wait. We have to wait and see. So it's not just a matter of acting. Yeah. So we just have to wait. Wait, wait. So we trail back into this 25 quadrant level, and we can see the sensitivity around that. Trail back into this CB, and now pushing lower. So what you're watching is, can this level hold? Yeah, can this level hold? Because if we get a down close, if we get a close lower, then probably we are trading, we are going to fill for the gap fill. Okay, this new week opening gap, so the whole of it, we want to fill it. So that's what you want to watch. So around the consequent encroachment of this range, we anticipate some form of consolidation, like we have seen there. So we want to see it push now higher. We want to see it now push higher. So close above this fair value gap here. Because for this one, the bodies tell the narrative. So body closes are staying above the upper quadrant. Upper, I mean the upper portion of this fair value gap. Yeah, so the upper quadrant of this BC, buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. So that's nice. So now what happens? Want to see. So again, we try inside this. So it's rejecting. So we're having this. So we're having this bigger BC, and then we're having this CB. So it's now a tug of war between the two. So right now this CB, that CB is holding. It's holding. So it's a tug of war. But then let's see. We're having this low, high, lower, low. Tin, 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 tin. Yeah, let me remove this. Yeah, so that level is not holding anymore. Yeah, so the fact that we've trade and we've trade below it, so that tells us that you want to fill the new week opening gap. So let's see. So now this low, you want to see if it can tag this low and then fill that new week opening gap low. I mean the gap that's remaining. Tin, 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 tin. So 1.5 is slightly below that. So we've tried below this BC. So initially there was a tug of war between this BC and CB. So we can see that the sell side, I mean that CB held price, and right now we want to see if it can drive it lower. Yeah, toward these lows and maybe get the whole fill of this gap. So we have to wait. We have to wait. So end of year price action, London session. So what's happening right now? I mean, if we watch at the price action, so we had this buy side, see these highs, this buy side liquidity, and also this one. So smooth also. So what happened? Merely we took out this. So let me just highlight this as mm, yeah. Then we had this fair value gap around the 25 quadrant level. Yeah, so around the 25 quadrant level. So I wanted to see if it can trade above this high, but then low, this low, failure, low speed and distance, and then we trade back into it. So this was kind of a mitigation block on a lower time frame. Yeah. So this low, lower, high, speed and distance, fair value gap. Then this other one, fair value gap return. So right now it should pump, take out this low, because on the 5 minutes we can see that we've already traded and closed below the lower quadrant of this. So this low now should be just be taken out. Yeah, this low, and now we want to see a run towards this towards the gap that was formed, so that new week opening gap. So we want to see it run and fill that whole gap. Okay, so we've gotten a close below this BC, so we want to see it run below this into and fill this new week opening gap that we highlighted, that we've been watching from Monday. So return back into this fair value gap. So I want to see if it can push it lower. Tin, 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 tin. Yeah, so let's now push lower. So we want to see if it can give us the fill of this gap, the whole of it. Dun, 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 dun. So this one becomes an order block. But then I'd love to see price just push lower and leave it because we've traded below these lows. So this low that I'm highlighting. So below this low and give us some that up close candle, that small up close candle. So once we've traded below this low, yeah, yeah. Now I like that push now. So now let's go fill that gap, then see what price has for us. Okay. Ten, 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 ten. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. This is a bullish order block. And also fair value gap. So I love that. So give us another down close candle with speed and distance. So let's tag this low. There's the low of that gap. So I'm going to, okay, I'll one day share why I like marking this level. So when I was starting, I did say that when I'm trading the New York AM session, so I normally like the 10:30. And when I'm trading the London session, I like the 2:45. So you guys will come and when you guys will come to realize why this time, why these times, okay? Why? So you know that when I'm normally trading the the New York session, so 10:30 I always anticipate for an opposite run. Okay, so a new range to form. So a new range to form 10:30. But then when trading London session, see what happened. So initially we're doing the 245 new range. So new ranges means new setup. So we see that we see that. Ten. Yeah, so this is our target. This one here is our target. So we don't want to see it do anything else. So we just want to see it run towards this target. So then after that, we now just wait. And there we go. So that's our London session. I mean, even if you fail to see all of these, but then immediately we trade below this, we had something there. And there we go. So that gap, we filled it. And yeah, so that's enough. That's enough for this session. That's enough for this session. And whatever happens next, I'm not interested. Yeah. So whatever happens next, not interested. So what happened is merely we opened, so we had that push lower, and then we had this high, had this high, took it out, shift, speed, distance, fair value gap, boom. So we had this by said, and also this one relatively smooth. Took it out, this fair value gap, create this low, failed to take out this high. At what level? At that 25 quadrant level, okay. Then did that, we traded and closed below this swing low with speed and distance, giving us a fair value gap. Return into that fair value gap, boom, sell off, okay. Then another second entry, another form of accumulation, manipulation into this fair value gap, and then boom. So the whole gap fill. So we fill the whole gap, okay. So that's textbook delivery. So with that, I'm done. So if it wants to do anything else, so I'm not interested. So I'll come and tackle it during the New York AM session. Yeah, so until then, see you guys.